Space, the final frontier. At least that's what Captain Kirk used to say. Now, it seems like the new frontier is getting everyone on Earth connected to the internet, and leading the charge is Elon Musk's Starlink. You know Elon, the guy with the rockets, the electric cars, and the X account that seems to move markets with a single tweet. Starlink's mission is simple: provide high-speed internet to every corner of the globe, even the most remote. Think about it. No more buffering in the middle of your favorite show. No more struggling to send emails because the internet's slower than a snail in a staring contest. The promise is huge, especially for a continent like Africa. But like that cousin who promises to pay you back next week, we've got to ask, can Starlink really deliver? Is this the internet revolution Africa's been waiting for, or just another case of over-promising and under-delivering? Let's dive in and find out. Let's be real, the internet has changed the game. It's how we connect, learn, work, and even protest these days. But here's the thing, over 60% of Africans are still offline, imagine that. Missing out on all the cat videos, the online shopping, the heated political debates in the comments section. It's a real problem. This digital divide is like a giant wall, separating those who are connected from those who aren't. And let's not sugarcoat it. This gap has real consequences. It affects education, healthcare, economic opportunities, you name it. It's like trying to win a race with one hand tied behind your back. So, yeah, the need for reliable and affordable internet in Africa is massive. But is Starlink the answer? Well, hold on to your horses because we've got a lot more ground to cover. Okay, let's talk cost. Because we all know money talks, and in the world of internet access, it often shouts. Starlink's monthly subscription fee might not raise eyebrows in New York or London, but in rural Africa, it's a different story. We're talking about places where people are living on less than $1 a day. The initial cost of the Starlink kit, with the dish and all, is a whole other hurdle. It's like trying to convince someone to buy a first-class plane ticket when they can barely afford the bus fare. Sure, there might be government subsidies or special programs down the line, but for now, the price tag is a major barrier for many. It's like offering someone a gourmet meal when they're struggling to put food on the table. Don't get me wrong, Starlink's technology is impressive, and on paper is the ideal solution for the underserved markets of Africa. But it needs to be accessible to the people who need it most, such as those in Dande, Zimbabwe, or Isiolo County, Kenya. A glimmer of hope, opportunities for marginalized communities. Now, before we write off Starlink, let's look at the potential upside. Imagine a remote village in, say, Kenya, Burundi, or Zimbabwe, where farmers have never had access to online resources. Suddenly, they can access weather forecasts, market prices, and even connect with agricultural experts. That's huge. Think about students in remote areas who've never had a proper internet connection. With Starlink, they could access online libraries, educational videos, and even participate in virtual classrooms. It's about leveling the playing field, giving everyone a chance to succeed. And let's not forget about healthcare. Telemedicine, online consultations, access to vital medical information, these are all game changers, especially in areas where healthcare infrastructure is limited. So while the cost is a major concern, we can't ignore the potential benefits, especially for communities that have been left behind for far too long. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say the SpaceX rocket in the room. Starlink's arrival has sent shockwaves through the African telecommunications industry. Local companies, many of which have been struggling to expand their reach and affordability, are understandably worried. Liquid Intelligent Technologies, Safaricom, MTN, Telcom, Econet, Mascom, no one is spared. It's like a small local grocery store suddenly having to compete with a giant supermarket chain that just opened up across the street. The fear is real. Will Starlink undercut them, poach their customers, and ultimately drive them out of business? We all know customers are only loyal to their stomachs. Of course, competition can be a good thing, pushing companies to innovate and improve their services. But when that competition comes from a company with almost limitless resources like SpaceX, it's a different ballgame. So yeah, the arrival of Starlink has sparked a debate. Is this healthy competition or a recipe for monopoly? Here's another layer to this story. Data. Data is the new gold, and governments are very protective of their citizens' data. Now imagine a foreign company like Starlink beaming internet from space and potentially having access to all that data. Yeah, it's making most governments a little nervous. I can only imagine the nightmare it's causing for our politicians, especially during election season. Data sovereignty is the idea that a country has the right to control the data generated within its borders. And with Starlink, there are concerns about where this data is being stored, who has access to it, and whether it could be used for purposes other than providing internet. It's a complex issue and one that's at the heart of the digital age. Governments are grappling with how to balance the benefits of increased connectivity with the potential risks to national security and data privacy. So while Starlink promises to connect Africa to the world, it's also raising important questions about who controls the information superhighway. So is Starlink Africa's digital savior or silent invader? What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments section.